The Mellow Brick Road is a park bench magically transformed into a podcast, and its hosts are not experts, so their advice should never be followed. Also, this is not a show for kids. This is a park bench podcast, not a jungle gym.
Very nice.
I can still hear it. I don't know if it's making the
You gotta
wavy
get a
noise.
whammy bar installed, man. No.
Dude, a whammy bar and a ukulele would be next level douchery, I feel like. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the path number 167 of the Mellow Brick
Ooh.
Road. 167, is that right? I don't even know. I don't know where my notes are. I had to reorganize my office, and suddenly I noticed my notes are gone. But I'm going to say
Hmm.
it's 167. Even if it's not, it is.
For sure, it is now.
I'll check later. We'll see. I should have something in here that is better for that, but it's fine. Hi, everyone. It's Van Windsor here. Hi, me again. Look who's here. It's Mason.
Hi, I'm here. I'm
Big dog.
Mason.
Big
That's what he
dog's back.
said.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's like from that show, the paper company. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mason,
haven't checked that out.
I heard it's okay. It's hard to tell because like the first reviews aren't, I feel like they're not made by real people, right? They're made by the marketing team of the show. So because like every movie that comes out of your show that comes out, it's always like, this is the funniest show this year. And it's like, it's only been one episode. Did you see that
Yeah.
episode of South Park? Like that was way funnier, I'm sure. This is a new show. There's no way the first episode can be the funniest. It's a new show. They don't even know if they're gonna get season 2 yet. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm
Well, they're
I'm
going
sure
to
it's
get a
good.
season two because it's in the same universe as The Office.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll get like a lot of well, would they
Because
get
I put on the first 10 minutes of it, and
okay.
like the first person they
What
talk
do you
to
got?
is the advanced refrigeration guy.
Nice.
And then
Okay.
Oscar is in the show. He's now working at this
Yeah,
paper
well,
company, and so
he's the only carryover main
yeah, I
cast
think
because
so.
which makes the most sense because he was like an accountant. And
Yeah.
so like and he is he a, wait, he ran for office for something, didn't he? Like governor or something or
No, that was his like boyfriend that was dating
right.
Angela.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Okay, never mind. So it makes sense that he would be like an accountant that just gets hired to like a different
Yeah.
company. It happens all the time. Is it in the same like
Yeah.
location or is it different location?
No. No,
Oh,
it's a different location.
sweet.
And I think what it was the company got bought out by this other company that owns this
Okay,
newspaper.
sure.
And then they offered people from uh Dunder Mifflin, the paper company,
Yeah.
to go to this new location. And I think only Oscar took it.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I gotcha. Interesting. I'll probably at some point check it out, but I didn't check out The Office until like it was way over. I mean, but
Yeah,
people
it's
always had it
a
on, so it was like it was kind of The Office was very unique in the way that
yeah.
I feel like a lot of people, because a lot of people, I feel like the most people that know The Office only saw it on like their friends' TV when they just leave it on all day.
Yeah.
Because in college, we
Yeah.
just you just leave The Office on all day. And then
Yeah.
people just walk by and they go, "Oh hell yeah, The Office. Let's be friends." That's like how you make friends in college. Was that show? I don't know
Yeah.
what kids do now. Probably like
Yeah.
Steven.
I
Oh,
think
you like
like
Steven Universe? I grew up with
I
that.
think it's I think it's Fortnite.
Oh man, is it still Fortnite? People are
Yeah, I
people
think it
still
is
on that
Fortnite.
Fortnite?
Yeah.
I haven't. I look at now. The only time I played it actually was when I was babysitting. I don't really play it very much, and I mainly wanted to play it this time because I was like, oh shit, they got Power Rangers and Fortnite now, and sign me up, my dude.
Yeah, and
It
do you
was
know
pretty
that's not
cool.
even like what Fortnite was when it first started? Fortnite was like a zombie survival game when it first started.
It still is technically. You can still technically buy the game, but I don't
Yeah.
know anyone that owns it. I've thought about buying it multiple times just to like see what the game is, but honestly, like, what if it's like just like a shitty zombie game? I have no idea what it is. I've never even seen
It
footage
is.
of
I've
people
played
playing
it.
it. Oh, you have? Is
I've
it
played it.
is
Yeah,
it like
it's
Left 4
not
Dead
bad, but
or
it's like kind of Left for Dead. You don't really traverse the map. It's more like you build
Yeah.
your base, and then you build traps around your base, and you just stop the hordes from coming. I guess it's more like Call of Duty Zombies.
Oh, so like it's really about like the builds, which makes
Yeah,
sense because of the whole
very
fighting
build
thing.
heavy. Yeah,
I'm very anti build in that game.
me
So like
too.
when they came out with like the no build section, I was like, this game is now mine. Like I'm gonna enjoy this game a lot more. And yeah, I just every time I'll see something on Reddit randomly every like few months that's like whatever the new season is, and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
Power Rangers. So I'll like maybe I'll skip a few, but I'm like, ooh, freaking Power Rangers. That sounds pretty cool. I wonder how they do that. It was okay. It was all right. It's power. I mean, I knew what it was, and I was like, I was looking at the kid I was babysitting. I was like, you know, and I was like, do you want to like Power Rangers? Dope, right? And they're like, yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's in Fortnite, so like that's why I know what it is. It's like, oh, okay, well that's. I'm sorry for you, because Power Rangers
yeah.
fucking rule, dude. They kick ass. That was my
They
first
are
introduction to
neat
Japanese media, and it was freaking awesome. That was my anime growing up. That's like Power Rangers is a
yeah,
good transition into anime.
for
Hey,
sure. Yeah,
yeah, no, it is. I feel like it is. I feel like for sure, it's definitely like an
yeah,
IRL anime. Like they make like goofy. They go, ooh,
yeah. The fighting scenes are
yeah. They
ridiculous.
pose, yeah. Like they do the do do,
They're extra
yo.
animated. Yeah,
Yeah. And you know what else is really good? I almost said Ultraman. Ultraman? No,
Ultraman,
Ultraman, right? The
Hero Man.
Ultraman does that, right? He's like, yeah, and then he shoots out the. What am I
Oh,
thinking
you're
of?
thinking of Captain Falcon.
No. I'm thinking anime, bro. I'm thinking Japanese manga.
Oh, oh, is it that Joe guy?
Is it redundant to say Japanese manga?
I think a little bit, but I understand what you're saying.
I know there was a Japanese reality show I watched called Terrace House when there was an Italian guy on that show who was a manga artist. He was
Oh, okay.
in the right he was a writer and illustrator of his own comic, but he was Italian, so I don't know
Nice.
what you. I mean, he did it in Tokyo. It was getting published in Japan, so I it's still like I don't know manga Japanese
Yeah.
manga. Let us know in the comments. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I don't know. I feel like it's not that's not like a I don't think that's defensive to like not get right.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Let us
definitely
know. Let
become a
us
lot
know.
more popularized, so I'm
Yeah, for
sure.
sure. I mean, I'm sure that at this point there's like Korean manga, Chinese manga, but I don't know
Yeah,
what you
there
if you just call
definitely
it like
is.
you could probably just call it like Japanese comic books, Japanese like graphic novels, and then
Yeah,
just do it like that.
there's a name for it because that's what solo leveling is Korean.
Yeah, I still need to look into that, huh? Is that a manga
It's
or is it an
good.
anime?
It's a manga and an anime. It's an
Are you
anime that
doing
it's a
you flying
based
both?
off of the manga. I haven't read the manga
Okay.
now
Okay.
because it reads
Oh,
left to right. It's weird.
that's so strange. No, I actually like it. It's easy once you get used to it, you get into a weird flow. It's kind of strange. And then like when you pick up like an English book, you're like it kind of like throws you off for a second. But no,
Yeah.
yeah, I need to watch that solo level. Cool.
Yeah, it's
But
dope.
I probably won't watch it anytime soon because it's scary movie time. So I'm gonna be focused on
Yeah.
scary movies at this point on.
Oh, speaking of, I just watched a newer scary movie and it
Oh,
had Pete Davidson in it.
oh, the was it the what was that movie
The
called?
Home.
The Home. Yes, I saw it advertised literally everywhere.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like the worst movie. I didn't think it was that scary. Like it's a scary concept.
What was
It's
it?
like
Can you give
it's
me like
like
a
a
quick
Get
log
Out.
line? Is it
This
reverse? Wait, is
guy,
it reverse?
he's
So it's like get in? Is it like
kind
a
of
ooh, get in?
so it's
It's like
about this
yeah,
it's
go on.
about this troubled youth or like probably early 20s guy
Is that
that
is hang on, is that Pete Davidson?
yeah,
Isn't he
yeah.
like how old is he now? I feel like he's been in his early 20s for like 20 years.
For sure, but he has that body and face where he doesn't age. So
True. Yeah, he has like he's like it feels like he's been in
I
like
don't think it
celebrity light for like so like for a long time, but really I don't think it's been that long. It just seems like
no.
because
Plus he
he literally
joined SNL super young.
he started like at the top basically,
Yeah.
and he's just been like up there, and so like it I don't know,
He's
it's weird.
probably young 30s if I had to guess, maybe 35 max. But anyway,
35
I
max
don't think
sounds
it
about that sounds I can live with that if that's like the max age. I'm cool with that for
yeah.
sure. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Um
He plays
but
this
anyway, so
troubled youth. Youth. He plays
yeah.
the troubled youth.
He's a he's a foster child and his foster dad has some connections and so instead of because he's like been doing this forever, he breaks into places and like paints. He's a graffiti artist, and
Ah,
um, so gets in trouble again. He thinks he's getting locked up. His dad gets him off, and it's like you got 5 weeks community service in this
okay.
retirement home, and he's like the
Okay.
super there,
Oh,
so he's just
retirement
like
homes
the
are
handyman.
creepy. They're kind of creepy, man.
Yeah,
A lot of like
yeah,
just
especially this retirement home.
just like death everywhere. Or like near death.
Yeah,
You're just like the veil
yeah, but that's
feels
the
very
thing.
thin.
Yeah, but that was like the main thing I thought of when I started watching the movie because like everyone's old, but like
Yeah.
they can take care of themselves. Like
Yeah, for
they're
the most
all
part they
up and
can.
they're all walking and they're all
Fucking
dancing and they're
dude. Dude.
talking and
You old people be fucking in those homes, dude. I know they
well, I
explored
don't
that
want
in
to
that
give
movie, dude.
away a majority of the whole movie,
Yeah,
but
dude. It's like that scene from The Shining when he sees that dog giving that dude a blowjob, but it's actually just two old people doing it, and they're slapping each other around with
what?
their squishy bodies. Yeah, old people fucking. If you think about it too
Hmm.
long, it starts to get really just awful. Like a bunch of like a clay like two clay pots on the wheel, or like
Yeah,
Clayface
just
from
kind of folding
Batman.
into each other.
Yeah, like Clayface
Yeah,
from Batman meeting another Clayface from Batman, and then they're just like they're just forming it together into one giant blob of
yeah.
skin. Anyway, this is a park bench magically transformed into a podcast, into an advice podcast, I should say. And so before well, I'm gonna not to like interrupt your log line of that movie, but I feel like
Yeah,
elderly fucking is probably a good stopping point. That's a good hook to stop people.
for
Like
sure.
people will want to. That's all you need to hook people into the movie. Old people fucking. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, ew, but like gotta check that out, right? Obviously, I gotta see what that's all about. It's something you don't get to see
yeah.
every day. Nowadays, I guess you can if
It's
you
called The
you're into that.
Home.
But the home, okay. I like it's again. I like the concept is good. I'll give it a check out.
Yeah,
I
it's a good
haven't seen too many of
concept.
his movies, but I need to check out more of his stuff. I only know
Yeah,
really
and
him from
honestly,
his.
I didn't think it was too bad. And like he was still funny. He was still like kind of himself in a certain
Yeah,
way. Like he was just like there would be like some weird parts and he would just be like, "That's weird." You know? It was
yeah,
funny.
yeah. I liked him as Petey the cat.
Yeah, for
He's
sure.
really good in
For
that.
sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's get to this advice question here. I just got one, so we can go back. We can go right back to Pete Davidson and his weird eyes as soon as we're done with this. But
Oh,
I thought this would be an interesting one for us to kind of play around with. This comes from uh Gamma the Gamma the Gray. Gamma the
okay.
Gray. That's who this question comes out from. And it is, how do I get away with throwing my shoe at a cop? Dun dun dun. These in this day and age,
Hmm.
he works with me and goes out of his way to annoy me some mornings, and I'd really like to hit him. But if I do, then all of a sudden it's assaulting a police officer. Totally get it. It's not about assaulting a cop. I want to hit Kevin, who incidentally happens to be a cop.
Hmm.
How do we help this guy? I get it. This is perfect.
Yeah.
This is right. I feel like this is right up our alley. I
So we
think
first got to break it down. You got to
yeah.
figure out what's the main issue here. Like he can't hit this guy because he's a cop, right?
Right. Yes.
So the solution is he can't be a cop, you know?
You
So
got
I
it.
say,
Oh, okay. Okay.
just maybe like plant some methamphetamine on him and then, just have him walk into
Oh
work that day and
shit,
just,
dude.
and then as soon as he's fired and he's carrying his stuff out, like you're
Yeah.
just waiting there and you just throw the shoe.
Okay. You piece
And
of
then you go in
shit.
and it's like, ah, it's a joke. It was
You
a joke. Yeah,
dirty meth
yeah.
addict. Then everyone's gonna cheer at you when you throw the shoe. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
good job, Game of the Gray. You did it. He was
It's
a bad
like,
guy.
no, no, I was just joking. He never puts that stuff in his pocket. He keeps it in his next to his
Veins.
bedside. Yeah.
Yeah, his
Oh,
little nighttime snack. Um,
yeah.
no, I like that. I was thinking of just like wait till he clocks out, hangs up the
Oh,
cop
yeah.
uniform, I guess, because if he's off duty, you can't really. How does that work? I don't really know how that works. Like if an off-duty cop is at a bar and gets into a fight, is that assault and he gets punched in the face? And then you're like, hey, I'm a police officer, fucker. Like you're arrested now. I don't think that would hold up in court, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he would have to be on. He'd have to be on duty, I think, to make it anything actually offensible.
Maybe
Um,
if you like, oh wait, okay, here's what you do. What you need to do is you need to get a lot of shoes, okay, in a bag, and a ladder, real tall ladder. Stay with me. You need to start becoming a serial shoe bomber. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Don't
okay.
put bombs in shoes. Don't put bombs in shoes. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just like as okay, so you're on the roof and you're throwing your shoes down at people. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm trying to say. Um, you're throwing your shoe down on random passerbys to kind of get like a buzz going around of like, do you hear about this guy throwing shoes at people? Like it's so crazy. Like no one can catch him. He's like a ninja. You should probably spread these rumors. Be like, he's so fast. You can never catch him. Like once you throw it, he's gone, right? He disappears in the night. And then I think you're free if you just hang out around where what's this guy's name? Kevin? If you just hang out wherever Kevin is, even if he's a cop, you just toss a shoe. Um, and then if he's like, what? Okay, here's what you do actually. Spread the rumor that do all the hits from up top on a roof in one location. But when you go to hit Kevin, do it from behind, ground level. Kind of lob it, kind of give it a kind of lob it up, and then it'll like that gives you time. You have to probably work on that aim for a few weeks at home to make sure you can like get that. I don't know, get like a mannequin that looks like him and try to hit that. But when we lob it, and then that gives you time to like maybe like run over to where he is before it hits, so it looks like you're standing right next to him, and then you're like, "Whoa, whoa! Oh, must have been the shoe throwing guy. Must have been the shoe throwing guy up on the roof. Look!" And then he'll, "Oh, I hate that guy. Dang it!"
Yeah.
And then just
Yeah.
put some dog poop on the shoe also, just to add a little flavor to
Yeah.
it. Might as well. If you already,
Of course.
if we're, because I feel like you want to throw the shoe, so if you're gonna throw the shoe, put some dog poop on it. Why not? That'll really
Yeah.
annoy him.
I do like that answer, but I do think there is a more practical, maybe a more realistic answer.
Okay.
So I think what he could do is, first off, you're going to have to adopt a bigger dog, something that it's nice and friendly, but
Okay.
plays a little aggressively, right?
Yeah.
You're then going to train this dog to not only take shoes,
Yes.
but to, and then it will
Oh, like a
throw the shoe.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And then you're going to just train this dog to throw it a certain way. And then
Yes.
you're going to
Yeah.
introduce this dog to your buddy. And then you're going to lose your shoe. Like, oops,
This,
took off my shoe by
yeah.
accident. And then bam.
just like just like mine, this will also take weeks of practice where you will have to train the
Right.
dog to throw the shoe at like a poster of Kevin. You need a poster of Kevin on the wall.
Right.
You train the dog to like throw it at the
Right.
poster. Oh man, that's so good. I mean, I feel like
Right. Something realistic, something simple, you know?
yeah, I think like those are great.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you don't want those, here's an easy one. I guess hire someone to just do it for you. Like, how much do
Yeah.
you want to do? Like, could you just hire someone to do it? I guess make sure it's no one that'll squeal.
Yeah.
Maybe you could like, I don't know. I was gonna say something,
Here's
and
what
I
you do.
thank you.
Here's what
Yes,
you
okay.
do.
What do you have? I didn't want to say what I was gonna say.
So this is another one where eventually he'll find out it's you, but
I was gonna say
it's
pay a homeless
so
person to do it
creative.
because the cops
Oh,
wouldn't have a problem like dealing with that. So that's
good
bad. Don't do that
night.
though. They would,
Um,
dude. They would, but I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying like they would. It
yeah,
wouldn't take. He could sneeze near them, the homeless
yeah,
person, and they would go to beat that guy's ass. Like they're not good to the homeless people. We don't treat them right in
yeah,
this country. That's all I'm trying to say.
fair enough. No, what you do is you plan ahead. You find out when there's going to be a storm. You just call up your local meteorologist. They'll tell
Okay.
you when they're planning their next storm.
They love that.
Okay?
They love talking to
Yeah,
people. Definitely do that.
yeah. So you plan out when the next storm's going to be. You have a boys' night with your buddy. You're talking about watching sports or maybe playing like Madden or some kind of shooter or
Oh
something.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Get back to like the college days or something, right? You're then going to cut the power, which that's going to suck. But that's kind of creepy, like ooh,
Okay.
spooky stories.
Ooh,
And
spook
then
out.
of course, Yeah, he's going to have to go to bed super early because he's freaked out, right? But he's going to want some light. So that's when you get a candle in there, right? He's going to keep the candle on throughout the night.
Oh
Now,
yeah, yeah, of
once he
course you
falls
have to.
asleep, because he's now comforted by the light of this candle and the echoes of the thunder outside, right? You then
Ooh,
get a shoe, you get some
yes.
string, you tie the shoe to a string
Mm-hmm.
around the no, not around the fan, but over the fan, right? Because
Yes.
obviously there's a fan.
Right.
Okay, so
Obviously.
it's looping over the fan,
Uh-huh.
and then you're going to tie that string over by where the candle's at. And so eventually the candle will melt the string, and then the shoe will fall, hit him on the
Yes,
head.
I love that. I love
And
that
then
plan.
you are going to
Yes, go
be
ahead.
in your room or whatever. And when he gets up in a panic, he's going to look at you, and then you're going to have two shoes on your face, and you're like, "What the hell?"
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. That's the thing, is deception. Deception is key. Deception is key in this. You have to
Right. So you're
you
also going to have to break down the door to make it look like someone broke in. You're
oh
going to have to
yeah.
break out a window to make
Yep.
it look like someone was caught in the act.
I feel like this is a good idea, but I want it to be like 10 times like a Rube Goldberg machine, like a 10-minute long, like the scissors extend and cut this string, and that drops on this roller
Yeah.
skate, which goes that way, which activates a bowling ball, which goes ding, 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 and then that goes, and then the shoe falls.
Yeah,
Because
that'd
that's
be
just
cool.
those are always fun, and you can film it and put it on YouTube, and everyone would laugh, and they
Yeah.
wouldn't even need to know that you assaulted a cop. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's got to be a deception. That's the key, because you want to assault a cop without assaulting a cop. So like that's deception. Those are we gave you. Here's our basket of ideas. You take this game of the gray. Love us. Take your fruit basket of great ideas. And but hope it inspires you, or use them. Just don't use our names. But yeah, there we go. I think that was great. Hopefully that solves your problem. I hope you get to hit Kevin. Let us know if you're successful in your endeavor and not in prison. We will not bail you out.
Don't have the funds for that.
We don't. No, 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 no. But if you subscribe to our Patreon before you do it, maybe we will bail you out. Do you think about that? Okay. No, we shouldn't make that a precedent of like, if you follow us on Patreon, we'll bail you out if you ever get in prison. That's not going to be a good look down the line. We're going to get a
No.
Charlie Manson in there somewhere. It's going to fuck us up big time.
Yeah. Not what
Um,
we're looking for right now.
no, we are looking for? We're looking for more of those twisted childhood universe movies, dude. We want more. What's that? Pooniverse, man. The Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey movies.
Mm.
Got the 2026. We got the third one coming out in 2026.
The third Winnie the Pooh
Winnie the
movie?
Pooh Blood and Honey, dude. 2026 is
Uh,
stacked. Okay, it's stacked. You got That's the end of the year, probably. Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. That might, yeah, that'll be the middle of the year, because that's the beginning of phase two. But at the beginning of 2026, we get the end of phase one. Pinocchio Unstrung,
okay.
which I think is gonna be lit, dude. Pinocchio Unstrung, and then Pooniverse
Yeah.
Monsters Assemble.
Ooh.
Fucking go, dude. Bringing the band together. Can't wait to see how they do that, because some of them there's like hardly a connection between them. I watched the other day, I watched three of these movies that I didn't know had come out all this year, 2025.
Oh.
It was Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, which is top tier compared to all these other movies. It's better than some horror movies I've seen.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's got a good standing. Bambi the Reckoning.
Oh.
Down, no, boo. CGI deer was interesting. It looked crazy. The story was nuts. The story was like, what is happening? There's nothing happening right now. Why is the
Is it
deer
just a
going after these
deer
people?
that like eats flesh or something?
I can go through the beginning of the plot for you, because you know how they all start with their little like storybook thing. I don't know if
No,
you've
I
seen
haven't
these
seen one
movies,
of
but
them.
they
No.
all start. Well, I talk about them all the time, Mason.
Right.
Maybe open your ears. But no, they all start
Sorry.
with these storybook things, and usually that's the best part of the movie. Just basically seeing
Oh.
like how they take the storybook story and like
Hmm.
twist it into something horrible.
Right.
Usually it's the best part of the movie. Like the Winnie the Pooh one was so good, and then the movie started, and you're like, oh. He's I mean the acting is a little rough and the cinematography is rough too. A lot of things are rough about it, but I like the storybook part because it's kind of cute. It's always like animated, like kids drawings. But
Yeah.
so in this one, in the past, a young fawn named Bambi lives happily with his mother until a poacher kills her. Like the movie. Bambi grows up alone, but meets a doe named Feline. This is when it splits because that doesn't happen in the movie.
Yeah.
He doesn't grow
You're
up in the
right.
movie. But in this, he grows up. He meets a doe, which we don't need to know the name. Doesn't matter. Who then gives birth to a fawn. So he's got his own family going on. Pretty cool.
Nice.
They teach their offspring about the world, including the dangers. Which so unfortunately, then like right after they do that, the doe is fatally run over by a truck carrying
Ooh.
toxic waste chemicals. Uh-oh.
Oh
From a
no.
local radiation company called Wibexer Pharmaceuticals. I don't even remember that. That's probably important to like the tie-ins. Um, and then Bambi's offspring disappears in a panic. So now devastated, Bambi drinks because Bambi knows what's up, drinks from the contaminated water from a river, and which like immediately mutates him into this like, dude, it's like the craziest uh thing you've ever seen. This is the poster, right? So there's Bambi.
Okay.
So Bambi like is covered in all these sores and like it grows like three times its size. Antlers get crazy. Like it has a bunch of horns on its back, like a freaking like dinosaur
Oh,
thing. It's got like one of those situations
okay.
going on. It's really crazy looking, and it's like you can tell like oh they have been making money on these movies because like this because like well every movie you can tell like the budget gets like slightly better every time. It's really interesting. That's kind of why I like am still watching them because it's interesting to watch because they are
The
like
evolution.
well, the first Pooh Blood and Honey movie had like a really extreme micro budget, right? And it made like a little bit more than its budget, right? Just made a little more than it needed to. And so the second one was a little bit more, had a little bit more wiggle room, and it made a little
Right,
bit more money,
right.
right? So they've been slowly getting better and better and better. And then they have also they're making like side movies with other properties that aren't like part of the tie-in movies. Like they made
Oh,
Popeye's Revenge just like as a way to like as a money maker, kind of like to make a budget for the next Twisted Childhood Universe movie, right? Basically. So they have a few of these other ones. The one I watched the other day was Popeye's Revenge, which was wow.
was
Wow.
it good?
No. It
Oh,
was really bad. I really didn't like it. It could have been a lot better. I was really
oh, it was
excited.
really bad.
Well, it's the same thing with like I'll get to it of why like Peter Pan is the as of right now, and I think Pinocchio is going to be up there too. Is the top of the list for all these movies, like quality wise. It was like just hands down like a really fucking good scary movie. Where like with these, and this is Popeye, right? Like I wanna twist my arm, I'm gonna punch you, or whatever. Uh, he doesn't talk in this movie. He doesn't say one
Oh,
goddamn word in this movie. It starts with a okay, perfect. The plot has the intro, so it also has a storybook kind of intro thing.
okay.
Oh, before I get into that though, what weapon do you think he uses to kill people with in the movie? He uses lots, but like what's like his like big one that he like always is
A
carrying
tin
around?
can.
No, that's a good guess. You don't ever see him
Oh,
eat spinach, but you do see a can of spinach roll across the floor but like he doesn't
hmm.
really look any stronger. I don't. It's so stupid, dude. It's so ridiculous. No, he carries a giant anchor around as a weapon, which
Oh, that
is
makes sense.
I guess I was still upset because he's so strong. He doesn't need weapons. He can. I wanted to see him like actually like twist his arm and like whoa, like I wanted to see that. Like I wanted to see the Robin Williams Popeye movie, but like as a horror movie. That's all I want. That's all I want. Is that too hard to ask? I guess so. Anyway, so here's the plot for this movie. In a quiet coastal town in the UK, a boy named Johnny was born with abnormally large, muscular forearms and a pronounced chin. This looks hilarious in the movie. It's really silly looking. Um, his peculiar appearance made him the target of relentless. Oh, I just remembered why his name is Popeye. I forgot why. I remember now why he got that nickname Popeye. It's you're gonna love this. So his appearance made him the target of relentless bullying at school, where he often dons a sailor outfit. I don't know why his parents dress him as a sailor outfit, but they always dress him in a sailor outfit because
Oh no.
it's one day pushed to his limits after a bully hurt his friend.
Ooh.
The boy snaps and kills one of his tormentors by strangulation, which also results in the boy's eyes popping out of their sockets. That's why
Ooh.
they call him Popeye, which is so
It's a good
crazy.
nickname.
There was a crazy like kid's drawing of a child's face, like it's so weird. To protect their son, his parents hide him in their basement. This is directly after he kills this kid and runs home, right? To protect their son,
Okay.
his parents hid him in their basement, where he receives comforting notes from an unseen friend slipping messages under the door. However, yeah, that part was weird. However, the townspeople, driven by fear and anger, form a mob to seek vengeance on the Popeye killer and set the family's home on fire. While his parents perish in the fire, Johnny escapes but seemingly drowns in a nearby lake. The townsfolk believe the nightmare is over. Years later, a group of young adults, including Tara and Dylan and Donna, inherit the now rebuilt house where the tragedy occurred, unaware of its dark history. They plan to convert it into a summer camp. As they settle in, eerie occurrences begin to unfold, and members of the group start disappearing under mysterious circumstances. Yeah, so he like catches on fire in the house. It doesn't say that in the plot, but he catches on fire as a boy, and he like runs out. Like he runs like all the way through like his house and like down the dock, and then he falls like into off the dock into the water. Kind of like there's like a mix of like and that girl that was slipping notes, it was a girl, it was his sister, Olive Oil. Olive Oil is not a
Oh.
love interest in this movie. It's his sister, which
Hmm.
is another like just super weird. She shows up at the end just to be like, leave him alone. He doesn't know
Hmm.
what he's doing. She doesn't look anything like Olive Oil. And it was a downer for sure. This movie. Would not recommend. Wouldn't recommend.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a break to cool off a little bit after that screaming. Let's do a bench fit. Do you have a bench fit for us that we can or anything like you want to talk about while I cool off?
Yeah, so I don't know. There's been a lot of crap going on with video games recently that I've been kind of trying to keep up with a little bit,
Sure.
but like I don't know, just like all kind of revolves around the prices of games, and like
Always,
things
yeah.
just being kind of more expensive now, right?
Yeah.
But so kind of how it starts off is like there's a new game that just recently came out, very popular.
Mm-hmm.
The first installation of this series or whatever came out like 5 or 6 years ago. Super popular then.
Okay.
Small company, small indie company that made it,
Let me guess. Let me
and
guess.
they
Is it Pac-Man?
it is actually not Pac-Man,
Okay.
and it is
Yes.
called Hollow Knight, which I
Yes.
haven't played it before, but it's
I
a
have
very
not.
popular game, and everyone likes it. They
Yeah,
say
that's what I've
it's kind of
heard.
like it's got apparently Dark Soul vibes, where it's just like one of those constant dodge, 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 stab once, dodge, 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 stab, dodge, dodge,
Oh,
dodge.
okay.
One of those games.
Yeah.
So the
Okay.
second installation of that just came out,
Yes.
and in today's world, like to give you a price reference, the new Mario Kart on the new Nintendo Switch 2 system
Yeah.
is $80 by
Jesus
itself.
Christ,
That is the
dude. That's so
base
fucking stupid.
price of this game is $80
I can
for
even
the
make
new
a
Mario
worse
Kart.
argument. Donkey Kong Tropical Island Freeze, which came out fucking like 10 years ago, maybe more, is still $60.
Yeah.
Still $60.
Yeah.
They've never dropped the price. They don't drop prices on shit. It's
No,
nuts, dude. It's
no,
nuts over there.
no.
Love them. Love
Pokemon
you,
games that
Japan.
came out, yeah.
Fuck.
Pokemon games that came out like 5 years ago that have like two or three new games after it are still $60.
Do you know
But
that
anyway,
we're like having trouble over here, Japan? Can you fucking throw us a
yeah.
bone? What the heck,
Now, this
man?
company did release this game for $20. And when the game came out, it crashed
That's awesome.
every
I remember that.
like
I heard
any
about that.
gaming platform that it was on. So Steam was crashed,
That's dope.
um, Nintendo Switch crashed,
Oh
Xbox
wow.
crashed. So
That's cool.
because
Dude, that is nuts.
and apparently
Yeah.
there's people that actually are like notorious for pirating games
Mm-hmm.
that went out of their way to actually buy it for $20.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's
Um,
$20.
yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't
So
you?
So a lot of people are upset because obviously that's not where games are going. This is a very successful game since day one.
Yeah,
Um, they released it for $20, and now people are upset because now they're afraid that with that competition, they're not going to make as much money to a certain extent, right? Like
that's silly.
obviously they're a small indie company, so they don't have to pay as many people as like these other companies do. But who cares? Also, it's a $20 game, so it means it can be done,
Well,
you
it's
know?
like, and it's like it's gonna make so much money. So it's like
Yeah.
you can still price it if you price it at $20, more people will buy it than if it's
For
60.
sure.
So like
For sure.
I feel like there's some like scale where it's like no, it somehow like it'll even itself out. You might make more with the $20 ones actually. It's just
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
you probably will have
Because you'll get less
more
pirated
opportunity for people to buy it.
and less pirated games because it's a cheaper price.
Yeah.
So people aren't like worried about
Yeah.
going out and pirating. You might get some still.
Yeah.
Like, you make a game free and people will
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
pirate it somehow, even though it makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. And so
I
it's just that's
I see
really
like
crazy. And then
it's a dark. People are comparing it to Dark Souls. This Hollow Knight. It looks
kind
really
of,
cutesy. It's a very cute look. Like it's kind of like Tim Burton cutesy. You know what I mean? Like kind of creepy
yeah, but
looking.
I mean, it's just like it's just one of those kind of platformers, right?
Mm.
But it's a fighting style like the Souls
I
games
think I
where
saw
it's
a
just
video.
like constantly dodging and
Yeah,
just like trying to maneuver to beat the boss. Like
it kind of
it's
gives me like
hard and it
yeah like
takes
a
multiple attempts.
platformer. It kind of gave me like Super Meat Boy vibes, which I love.
Yeah.
Which I love.
I think
Kind of
it's
gave me
kind of
like
like more
Broforce
like
vibes.
Cuphead,
Cuphead. Oh, okay. I can get down with that. I can get down with
where
that.
like you're like going through like different parts of the map and then you get to a boss where like you're pretty much stuck there and
Okay,
you know.
like a Broforce, except Broforce wasn't
Yeah.
really the dodging. I mean, you dodge, but like it's more
I
aggressive
mean,
than
there's a
more
dodging
off.
aspect if you wanted to,
Sure,
you
if
know.
you're thinking yourself a
Broforce you
badass.
can pretty much just go gun heavy and just like go into it, you know, but
I sunk in my
I don't
chair.
know. But it also kind of talking about Dark Souls, there's
Yeah,
a
dude.
new patent that Pokemon just got awarded where
Okay.
basically they now own the rights to summoning a creature to battle another creature. So it's or
Wait,
in the legal terms, it was summoning a sub character to fight an enemy.
is is that the same thing as like? Okay, so you said speaking of Dark Souls, is that the same thing as like if you summon a like someone to help you in a fight? Is it the same thing as that?
Right.
Wait, so that you
So
can't.
like so like it's saying like even like the new Dark Souls game where you can summon like another person to help fight with you could be violating that.
But that's in all their games. That was in the last game. What? How can
Right.
you? That's a game mechanic.
Right.
How do you patent
Right.
a
Well,
game mechanic?
that was the whole thing that started with Pow World when they started suing them because they sued for patent infringement on a game mechanic that was
Right. Of like,
throwing a ball and like catching or not catching, throwing a ball to summon a creature.
go fuck yourself, Nintendo. What are you doing? Nintendo?
Yeah.
Nintendo? What are
Yeah.
you doing? We all love you. Why are you acting like this?
Dude,
You weren't
Nintendo's
getting
getting
enough? Like
greedy, man.
they're getting well, yes, they have been getting greedy. The last like
They
10 or
have
so
been.
years, it's been a slow. Breath of the Wild came out, and they've ever since Breath of the Wild came out, they've been on a high fucking horse. I'll tell you this.
Well, here's the thing. So Breath of the Wild was, I think, also like a newer up in price game. I think when it first came out, it was
It
$70,
was.
which was unheard of for games at the time. But that game
And people
looked
ignored
amazing,
it
played
because it
really
was
well.
people ignored it because it was
Yeah,
Nintendo. Because Nintendo
right.
polish. Nintendo games
Yeah,
are kind of worth it because they're always pretty much bangers, right? Almost always
right.
bangers. And you know what though? They can still be bangers, but like people are gonna stop. I haven't bought a Nintendo game in a long time, but like the prices are out of control. Like I really, dude, I want nothing more. For the last 10 plus years, all I've wanted to do is play Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze Adventure, whatever that game is called. But I'm not gonna buy it. It's too expensive. There's no way for a Donkey
Yeah,
Kong game. Are you fucking kidding me? That for like 10 years old? Are you serious? Come on. So it's like love Nintendo. I've always they're very trustworthy, but now they're getting a little greedy. I think you're right about that.
Yeah, and they were always like they always had consistent games like, but I think their problem is they don't evolve. Like their games are still the same. Like the new Mario games, they're fun, but they're just like the old Mario
It's
games,
the
you
same
know?
thing.
Like
Yeah,
yeah, it's
they
copy and paste.
it really is.
And
I mean,
Pokemon is the
that's
best
what they
example of that because
that's
it's
what they
like
do. That's what they
it's
do,
the
man.
worst. Yeah,
Because
like
they literally like red, blue, green, like
yeah,
literally,
yeah, yeah,
literally,
yeah.
literally copies.
No, I get it, man. I'm a Pokemon fan, so
Yes, you
no
are.
one knows better than me. But it
I'm getting
is
into the cards. I like the
yeah, the
cards.
cards are fun.
Maybe
Cards are
we can
fun.
like as a community, we can all get together and like kind of like force Nintendo to revert back to its roots and become just a playing card company again. Like get out of like stop buying their video games until they go all the way back to just playing cards. That'd be cool. I'd be okay with
Yeah,
that. Because we still have the
yeah.
games that we have left from Nintendo. I still have Mario Kart 8. It's like I'm fine. That's all. That's the
Yeah,
only game I really need from them is that
yeah,
game. Maybe like a Mario Party somewhere in there, but like love
yeah,
Mario Kart.
yeah,
Oh
for
man.
sure.
Bench fits, man. Feels good to let it out sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what they
With
do
that being
for.
said, I'm definitely going to buy the new Pokemon game and probably buy
Yeah,
the
for
new
sure.
Nintendo
Oh,
Switch at some point. But
I know
anyway,
it's true. It's true. No,
I'm
it's I mean,
very
hey,
upset about it.
hey, it's a that's the thing. Or we're upset, but we're still gonna do it because we're fucking
Yeah,
slaves to Nintendo because they're so
yeah.
good. Nintendo tastes so good
I'm
on my
just a
lips.
Nintendo sloot. I am sorry, but at
I'm
least I
just
know
a
who I am.
yeah. That's true. That's true.
Also,
That's
it's
the
kind
most
of
important
funny
part.
because this patent thing from Pokemon specifically just came out like this past week or two. And then they just released a trailer for a new game that's creating that is basically a straight ripoff from Animal Crossing.
Oh,
It's just
really?
Animal Crossing with Pokemon. Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
How much do you want to bet that Animal Crossing was gonna be that, and then they were like too close. No, Pokemon won't allow it. They don't want that. You got to change. Like kind of like how
Yeah.
Watchmen was like supposed to be a DC comic book, and then DC was like,
Yeah.
nope, not doing that. And then he was like, all right, I'll just change the names of the characters, and now it's not fucking DC anymore, idiots. Even though they're all the same fucking powers, stupid. So yeah, if it's a copy of Animal Crossing, I would love to find out if like Nintendo, if the Animal Crossing was supposed to be a Pokemon game first. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
know.
Interesting. Well, I'll have to look into that because I did not know they were making a new Pokemon game. I mean, I probably knew they were making a new one, but I didn't know
Yeah.
that about the new one. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm going to have to buy that one too, unfortunately.
Oh, for sure. And I'm gonna have to buy all of the. I'll have to buy the box set of all these Twisted Childhood universe movies whenever they come out with a box set. So we're both in the same boat of like,
Yeah.
just like hurting ourselves for no reason, but
Yeah.
our like I'm just doing it just because that's what we do. Uh, and I do want to turn this ship back around. Actually, I do want to. Let's back it up real fast. I do want to go back to the Twisted Childhood real fast because I still have one more that I want to talk about. But Popeye's Revenge really gets me heated up just thinking about
Ooh.
I experienced. It's like Birdemic levels of like, did I watch that fucking movie? You didn't even do that once, dude. Oh. Anyway, the one that I want to
Not
talk
even
about
like turning around the corner and like, gah, gah, gah.
that would have been good too. I would have been okay with that. I don't think there was any of that shit. I'm almost certain. I
Mm.
kind of was in and out of it. I was like in a
They
fugue
took
state
like
while I
a
was watching.
Jason Voorhees approach to it.
Yes, they did, and it was the poor choice because, dude, this movie right here, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, is such a trick. Is such a trip. It is in every way, very very good. Let me go back to this. I always forget it changes our heads when I do that on the Zoom. But no,
Off with your head.
so this movie, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. Let me. There we go. Came out earlier this year. I think it was actually supposed to come out before Bambi's Revenge, but they were having some
Mm.
problems with that filming, and they had to push it back, and so they like had to like so they're like, okay, let's film Peter Pan then real fast, and they filmed it
Real fast.
real fast. I believe. Let's see
They
if it
pushed it and
says
it still turned out good. Good for them.
Jagged Edge Productions. That if you see that production company,
Mm.
that's this company that does the Twisted Childhood universe. So like any like Popeye's Revenge was like made by Jagged Edge Productions, which is a pretty badass name for a production company.
For sure.
Um, So it doesn't say what the how long they filmed. I mean, it probably says somewhere. I'm not gonna look through it though. But it says their budget was 250,000 to 310,000 pounds, which is pretty good comparative to what they've had. Their box office 1.6 mil, baby. Boom, boom, boom. We got that money. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait to see what they do with that money. It's gonna be crazy. But okay, so this is why this was my favorite one, because one, Peter Pan talks. Fuck, and this guy is the best. Last second, like drop in. This guy. Um, he talks. They pretty much took every aspect of Peter Pan of the story and twisted it in such a fucking cool way. Just did such a good job, like taking like really specific things about that story and like making it crazy. So here's the plot basically. This one also has a very beginning like a cartoon thing that's much more
Mhm.
animated than the other movies, getting a higher budget.
Okay.
But it's basically talking about how Peter uh Pan like gets these kids. He's like kind of like working for like a darker thing, and like who's like compelling him to like bring kids to Neverland, um, like to sacrifice them to take them to Neverland, which is like fucking killing them basically.
Oh,
So okay,
nice.
so here's what the plot says. So 15 years ago, Peter Pan worked at a fantasy themed circus where he performed as a mime for many children. This is a really cool looking scene. The big circus, big circle of crowd. He's in the very center of it, kind of crouched with his mime makeup. This guy's so animatic. Dude, I fell in love with this guy every time he was on screen. He's like talking to kids. He has like a balloon dog in his like back belt or whatever. So
Okay, yeah.
he like chooses a
Mhm.
kid. He like looks around. He's like, oh, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? He like walks over all creepy like. He hands the kid the yellow dog balloon, and I'm like in my head I'm like, okay, I get it. He's like he gives this kid the balloon. That way he knows later that's the kid I follow to like murder. That's how I spot them later in the night. I'll see them with the balloon. That's
Okay.
not how that worked. I don't think.
Oh,
So which is fine. It's whatever. That's the one thing I'll say against the movie. And also there's one death that was like even too much for me. But so after the show that night, he attempts to abduct 13-year-old James Hook, James Hook, obviously,
okay.
in his house. James's mother, Roxanne, no relation, like nothing to do with the story, fights Peter and mutilates his face. She like slices it with like a broken bottle or something, I think, or a
Oh,
knife. But he's overpowered. He murders her, and then he abducts James. And it's awesome, dude. The way he talks is so fucking cool because he'll be like, he has like thinks he's a boy, right? So he's like all like fucked up, like mutilated looking, and his skin's all fucked up and gross. And he's like, "Hi, I'm Peter. What's your name? Hi, what you want to play?" Right? And then like when it like turns, the kid will be like, actually, I think I'm gonna get it. He's like, "I want to take you to Neverland," and you're like, "What?" And it's so fucking. He wears this like fucking creepy like just blank. It looks like a little boy mask with like a little smile. It's
uh,
so creepy. It looks so, but it's like it's good though. It's like everything in this movie is very disturbing and unsettling. The whole time you're watching the movie,
okay.
but it's like that's what you want from a horror movie, right? Like you want it to be like unsettling. Like these other movies are like there's like killings and stuff, but it's either like way too grotesque, like almost like a Saw movie where you're like, oh, that's like way too
Yeah.
like that's too much like blood and guts and stuff, or it's just like so like badly executed that it's like you don't feel like it's real at all. But with this movie,
Yeah.
with him like talking to kids and like there's a part where he like should I spoil it? Do you want to get you gonna watch this movie?
I
You pretty much
might.
you pretty much know what's gonna happen when he like goes into a scene. But like there's a part where he's talking to a bus full of kids, a bus full of boys from like a
Mm,
boys' school. They're headed home. He like pretends like his car is broke down, and he's like talking to these boys. It's so fucking creepy, dude. Like the whole time, it's a long scene of him like walking over to the bus real slow and like getting on the bus with the mask on. He's who wants to go to Neverland? And then it cuts away, and you're like, fuck, that was so good. It's so good. So present day, so that he abducts James, right? That's the very beginning. Present day, Wendy Darling lives in a complex family dynamic with her younger brothers, John and Michael. So you got all the boys in there, all the kids. Their
Hmm.
mother Mary works as a hypnotherapist at the nearby town of Ashdown.
Mm.
That's from a previous movie. That town. On Michael's birthday,
Oh,
Wendy gives him a ride to school and promises to pick him up later. However, she gets distracted while talking to her boyfriend and does not notice that Michael leaves on his bike. He leaves on his bike.
ooh.
He meets Peter Pan. Um, and then Peter calls their home. It's like playing like creepy carnival music on the phone, and he says like he will don't like he's also like not to worry because he's gonna take Michael to Neverland. Don't worry, I'm gonna take Michael to Neverland. It's his voice is so good, it's so creepy. The next day is with the bus full of kids. So then like Wendy and her best friend Tiger Lily, which is also from the books. That was one of the Native American kids
Okay.
from the book. And Lily's brother
Okay.
Joey, who's not, I don't, he might be one of the Lost Boys, maybe I don't know,
Original Lost Boys. Yeah.
maybe so those three go to Ashdown and they visit Stephen, whose transgender child Timmy was abducted by Peter years ago. So she starts like Wendy starts doing research on this, on the abductions. She finds this just transgender boy. She finds this man Stephen whose son was abducted a long time ago. That's the whole thing. Like Peter doesn't age, and he does, but like he's been doing this for a long time.
Right.
And so they go to meet Steven, and Steven is like, this was his room, and it's like all like fairies and like pink, and the Timmy was transgender, like I said that already, but like he and the father seems like very like he was like very sad that his son was gone, very sad that his child was missing for so long, and I think it was a thing of like he didn't accept it at first, but now it's like he was very like he always wanted to be a fairy, like he always wanted to be like a girl, like he was, and it seemed like he didn't seem like he was upset about it anymore. More of just like he's like, I miss him. Like I just if you
Yeah.
see him, like if you ever see him, I miss him. It's a really sad scene. And so then later you find out Timmy, who is in his like 40s now, right? 30s, 40s, is Tinkerbell, a
Mm.
boy, a transgender boy, uh, in a woman just in a man's body, right? Um, and so basically like was kidnapped by Peter Pan, but Peter saw like a familiarity of like I'm an outcast, you're an outcast, we can protect each other kind of thing. And so Peter would like pump Timmy with heroin, right? And so Timmy was like a huge heroin addict the whole time. That's kind of how like Peter like kept them under his thumb, basically. And then Tinker and they were Tinkerbell. So like they were like dressed as a fairy, like with wings, and they would like kind of care for the kids while they were kidnapped before Peter brought them to Neverland. Basically, like, he had a whole like sacrifice initiation, which was cool. He like put Joey in like a coffin and was going to do a whole like ritual thing. And then he gets distracted and runs off. Joey gets saved. I won't go any further from there. But like it covers all the bases of Peter Pan, which is awesome to see. The transgender with the Tinkerbell was such a cool idea. That's the one. That's the I will spoil that Tinkerbell does die in the movie. That's the death. That's like I was like, holy fuck, dude, no, whoa, why? It's just it's if anything, it's like why would you kill them like that? What was the reasoning for that? It was a long time, and it was like pointless. Like, why did you do it that way? You could have just stabbed him in the throat, and we could have just gotten on with our day. You had to make it so much worse. Um, so
Yeah.
that's the one. That's the other thing. I was like, that was a lot. But again, I'm not too upset with like how the movie made me feel like bad because that's kind of what I'm expecting from a horror movie. So, this one, I'm telling you, dude, it's like I really like it, but I've also seen the other ones, so like I'm comparing it to those.
Yeah.
Um, I'll say this: whenever Peter Pan was on screen, I was laser focused. I was hooked. I was entertained. I was like, this is good. This is good. This is good. Literally, anytime it cut to another character in the movie, anytime any other character came on, all the way back down to like Pooh, Blood, and Honey, right? But like that actor specifically, wow, I want to see. I want to like look through his whole career. Like I want to see all of his stuff because he is good. This might be one of those things where it's like Kevin Bacon in Trimmers, right? Where it's like
Yeah.
he's nobody yet, but then he became Kevin Bacon. He's in this.
Donald Glover in Community.
Yes. So it's like I think this actor he could be on the rise. I didn't get his name. I had it pulled up and I closed up the tab, but I'll put it. I think I talked about it before, but I'll put it up. But it's so good, my guy. So I can't wait to see next year the
The mind meld.
Pinocchio, and then the Pooniverse assemble, which is so fucking crazy, and then Pooh Blood and Honey 3, which whatever. I'm waiting for Tigger. Tigger is supposed to show up in one of the movies. I'm pretty sure he gets his. I think he's gonna show up in 3, and then he gets his own like spin-off movie. I'm almost certain Tigger gets his own spin-off movie,
I
which
mean,
is
he's
like
a tiger. He should get one.
I think Tigger was in. Actually, wait, no,
I thought
Tigger
he
was
was
in.
in the second one.
He's in the second one. I just remembered, but it's like
Yeah.
it's not Tigger. It's like a man, like that's like got a like
Oh.
real furry face. I mean, because it's so stupid. They just did such a bad job. I hope the third one is a full retcon, and they just get rid of the people with like the stupid masks, and they just retcon like actual like CGI forest creatures. That's way funnier if it's like actual like poo eating someone's foot or something. I don't know. Other than that, I don't know other movies that are out. I've been watching Alien Earth. You've been watching that?
Mm-mm.
Wow. My buddy Mark got me on that. Um, yeah, it's basically like I mean, it's not this, but basically, if you just take the movie Alien with like Sigourney Weaver,
Mm-hmm.
you ever seen that movie?
I've seen some alien movies,
So
yeah.
anyway, so basically, like the whole thing is like the synth is trying to get the aliens to Earth. They're trying to like get these specimens to Earth, and Sigourney Weaver fucking stops them. So this is basically like, what if she didn't stop them? What if they actually
Mm.
were able to get that all the way to Earth, and they crash land the ship on Earth, and then they send in like it basically like EMTs, like military EMTs for one of these like corporations. Like the whole world is run by 5 corporations,
Ah.
basically. And so like one of those corporations, like Wayland Dutani, who's the ones from the Alien, the original, who like are the ones who want the specimens. So it's like their ship, right? But they land in like this corporation's like territory or something. So like they send out
Mm.
their own EMTs, like military EMT kind of people. So that's cool because like it's like they're on Earth, but like they're in the ship, and so like like if anything escapes the ship, it's fucked. And so it's pretty cool watching it that way. And then like there's a whole thing of like kind of like Peter Pan. Oh my god, it is like Peter Pan because they all have the same names. They do a Peter Pan thing in the show where it's like they get a bunch of kids and they transfer their consciousness basically into these robots, these synthetic robots.
Okay.
Because that way, like into like adult robot bodies, because like but they still have the minds of children. Because that way,
Okay.
like the kids will never have to grow up. They'll always have like very like flexible, functional minds, sponges. But they're in like these
Okay.
adult like robot bodies, so they're like super strong. They'll never age. They'll never, get hurt. They can't, they're basically like immortal. And
Right.
they do this so that they can like examine these. So they do it for like all kinds of different like space exploration, all these different things, dangerous locations and stuff like that. But they get called in to like look at these like specimens because there's all these different specimens. There's one that's like an eye. It's like an eye, like an eyeball with like tentacle legs. And what it does is it like crawls up to you and it fucking rips your eyeball out, and then it goes in and it pretends to be your eyeball.
Oh.
And it basically like the fungus from the Last of Us, the
Hmm.
Ophiocordyceps, where it like takes over your body and like controls you. It controls you from right there. So like hooks into your brain from like right there. So like you die, like, you fall, and it'll like look around, and then you kind of do
I,
that. So
I saw a
super
clip of
weird.
something like that in a goat or
Yeah,
sheep.
that's how you first see it. It's fucking
Oh, okay.
crazy, dude. And it shows it all. It's fucking nuts, dude. I felt so bad for that goat. But there's other ones. These ticks, these like little alien like tick things. There's a alien like mosquitoes that like drink all your fucking
Ooh.
blood. Like they like get like they're like huge. They get huge. It's like all your blood out. It's a blast. And the alien heads, the xenomorphs, still look like penises. So because and
Hmm.
they're not being subtle. The first time you see it is like through a door window, like a square window, and it like is backing up. So it's got like a long head, right? These xenomorphs,
Right.
like mouth at the front, and then it's got a long head. So like you see the back of the head first come into frame of the window. Dude, it looks like such a huge black cock. There's no other way to say it. It looks like a big cock. Just like just appears on screen. You're like, what am I looking at? And then it's got teeth on the other side of it. It's like they're not even trying to be subtle about it being like penis shaped, which I appreciate because it looks penis shaped, so it makes sense. But hey, you
Might
know
as well
what?
lean into it.
You know what? And also classic Mellow Brick Road. We always get that's how I know when it's like time to cut the show. We're talking about penises again. No one wants to hear us keep gabbing about penises unless you want to join the Patreon. We always gab them up. Anyway, Mason, much to everyone where they can find you on social media. And also that glory hole that you've been hanging out at lately too.
Yeah, so that's at the Motel 66 off of Highway 37.
Oh,
So
that's
you'll know
confusing.
what I'm talking about. But and then you can find me on Instagram
Sure.
and Threads, Mason Green 152, TikTok, M Green Wee on there.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Oh yeah. Check me out. Instagram at Van Windsor. I'm on there. You can find the show on there as well, mbr.pod, and on Facebook, Mellow Brick Road. YouTube, Spotify, follow us, like us, comment on us and our opinions. Hit that bell
Yeah.
so you know whenever we post every Wednesday morning we post. Check out our clips on the YouTube channel and on Spotify. We have some clips on there as well. Sign up for the Patreon, Mellow Brick
Nice.
Road Patreon. We got bonus clips on there, some gameplay, bonus content, unpaved paths, all that stuff. I've got a Twitch page, OnlyVans23. Finally done with that zombie play, so I can get back to gaming. So check me out on OnlyVans23. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us on the Mellow Brick Road, path number 167. We think we'll see
It is
later.
167.
Hell yeah! Did you check?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, cool. All right, everyone. Bye. Mellow manifestations.
Stay safe out there. See ya. I'm gonna get sick. I'm gonna get sick. It's so fast. It's so. Okay, that was soothing.
I fell apart right at the end. The strings
The
came
faster you
loose.
play, the better it sounds. So you just got to keep going.
It's got to be supersonic.